Ragadirogan satatanusaktan asesakaya prasatana sheshan asukya moharatidan jagana yopurva vaidyaya namostu tasmai athata ayushkamiyam adhyayam vyakyashamaha itiha smahuratre adayo maharshayah आयुर्कामयमानेन धर्मार्थ सुखसाधनम् आयुर्वेदोपदेशेषु विधेयः परमादरः ब्रह्म स्मृत्वायुषो वेदं प्रजापतिं मजीग्रः सुस्विनौ सहस्रक्षं स्तोत्रिपुत्रादिकान् मुनीन् तेग्निवेशादिकं स्तेतु पृथा तन्त्राणि ते निरे तेभ्यो दिवि प्रकीर्णेभ्य प्रायस्तारतरोचयः क्रियते सङ्गहृदयं नाभि संक्षेपविस्तरम् कायबालाग्रहोर्ध्वङ्ग सल्यगं स्रजरावृषान् अष्टावङ्गानि तस्याहु चिकित्सायेषु संश्रिता वायुपित्तं कफश्चेति त्रयोदोषा समासतः विकृता विकृता देहं नन्ति ते वर्तयन्ति च ते व्यापिनोऽपि गृह्णाभ्यो अथो मध्योर्वसंश्रयाः वयोः रात्रिभुक्तानां तिन्तमध्याधिकक्रमात् तैर्भवेत् विषमस्तीक्ष्णो मन्दश्चग्निसमः कोष्ठक्रूरो मृदुर्मध्यो मध्यस्य तैसमैरपि शुक्रर्तवस्मैर्जन्मादौ विषेणेव विषकृमेः तैश्च तिस्रं प्रकृतयो हीनमद्योतमा पृथक् समधातु समस्तासु सृष्टा निन्द्याद्विदोषजाः तत्र वृक्षो लघुशीता खारसूक्ष्मश्चलो नीलः पित्तं सस्नेहतीक्ष्णोष्णं लघुविस्रंसरं द्रवम् स्निग्धः शीतो गुरुर्मन्द श्लक्ष्णो कृष्णशिराकपः संसर्गसानिपातश्च तद्वित्रिक्षाय गोपतः रसशृङ्गं समेदोष्टि मज्जशुक्राणि धातवः सप्तदुष्यमलमूत्र सकृत्स्वेदादयोऽपि च वृद्धिः समाने सर्वेषां विपरीतैर्विपर्ययाः रसस्वर्गं ललवण तीर्थोषणकषायकाः सद्द्रव्यमाश्रितस्ते च यथा पूर्वं बलवहाः तत्राद्यमारुतं घ्नन्ति त्रयस्तिक्तादयः कफम् कषायतिक्तमधुरा पित्तम् अन्येतु कुर्वते समनं कोपनं स्वस्थहितं द्रव्यमिति त्रिधा उष्णशीतगुणोत्कर्षात् तत्र वीर्याद्विधा स्मृतम् त्रिधा विपाको द्रव्यस्य स्वाद्वं लकतुकात्मकः गुरुमन्दातिमास्निग्धा श्लक्ष्णसन्द्रा मृदुस्थिराः गुणस्य सूक्ष्मा विशद विंशतिश विपर्ययाः कालार्थकर्मणं योगो हीनमित्यादिमात्रकः सम्यक् योगस्य विज्ञेयो रोगारोगैककारणम् रोगस्तु दोषवैषम्यं दोषसंज्ञं नरोगता निजागन्तु विभागेन तत्र रोगद्विधा स्मृताः तेषां कायमनुभेद आदिष्ठानमपि द्विधा रजस्तमश्च मनसो दोषावुदाहृतौ दर्शनस्पर्शनस्प्रश्नै परीक्षेत च रोगिणम् रोगं निदानप्राग्रूपा लक्षणोपशयक्तिभिः भूमिदेहप्रभेदेन देशमाहुरिह द्विधा जङ्गलं वातभूयिष्ठम् अनूपं तु कपोल्बनं साधारणं samamalam tridha bhute samadishet sana nirvyadya vashacha kalu dveshaja yogadru sodanam samanam ceti sama sadausadam vida sarirajanam doshanam kramena paramausadam Dastarvileko vamanam Tadakailam Gatam Madhu Dhidhyamati Vijnanam Manodosho Sadam Param Visagravyanyupashata Rogi Parachatushtayam Chikitsitasya Nirkishtam Pratyekam Tatchaturgunam Dakshasirhata Sastrartho Drashta Karma Suchirbishak Bahukalpam bahugunam sampanam yogyamaushadam anuraktasyu cirdaksho budiman paricarakaha atyorogi bisakwasyo nyapakasatvavanapi sarvausada samedehe yunahumso citatmanaha amarmagolpahetvagra rupa-rupa-nupagravaha Atulya dusya desartu prakriti pada sampari Raheswanu gunesweka dosha margo nawasukaha Sastra disadana krechra sankare tato gadaha Sesatwada yusho yapya patya vyasatvi paryaye Anupakrama evasyat stito tyanta viparyaye Autsukya moharati krut Krishna rishtoksanasanaha Yajedartam visakupir Dvistante sam Inopakaranam yagram Avideyam gatayusam Chandam sokaturam bhirum Krathagnam vaidyamanidam Tantrashtasya param shasto Vaksate dhyaya sangraha Ayushkamadinartviha Roganutpadanadravaha Annadyanana samraksa Matra dravya rasasrayaha Dosa dinyana tatpeda Tatsikitsa dyupakramaha Sudhyadisnehana sweda Prekasthapananavanam Dhumagandu sadruksheka Trupti antraka sastrakam Siraviti salyaviti Sastra sarakni karmiko Sutrasthanami medyaya Strimsat sarira muchyate Garbhavakranti tadvyapat Anggamarma vibhagikam Vikrutir dutajam shashtam Nidhanam sarvarogikam Jwara sriksvasayaksmadi Madadyarshodhi sarinam Mutraghata pramehanam Vidradyadhyudarasyaca Pandu kushta nilartanam Vadasrasyaca shodasya Chikitsitam jware rakte Kase swase ca yaksmani Wamau madadya irsasu Visi gaudaw ca mutrite Vidradau gulma jathara Pandu shobha visarpisu Kustasvitra nilavyati Vadasresu chikitsitam Dwavimsati rimedhyaya Kalpasiti ratah param Kalpo amir virekasya Tatsidhir pasti kalpana Sidhir pastya padam sasto Dravya kalpata uttaram Palopacare tadvyado Tadgrahe gauca bhutage Unmadet hasriti bramse Dvaudo vatmasu sandisu Drutamo linganaseshu Rayo daudo ca sarvage Karnanasa mukhashiro Prane bhange bhagandare Grantyadau sudra rogesu Guhya roge prathagvayam Vishe bujange kirteshu Mushakeshu rasayane Chatvarimso napadhyanam Ahyayogi japoshanaha Ityadhyaya satam vimsam Sattvisthanairudiritam Iti Sri Vaidapati Simha Gupta Sunu Vaghata virajitayam Astanga hridaya samhitayam Sudrasthane Ayushkamyo nama Pratamo Dyayaha.
So now I have a task which I don't think I will be able to accomplish without some help from others, to introduce Swami Nirmalananda Maharaj. Truly speaking, I don't have any words. I just got this one passage from one of the from one internet uploaded by maybe one of his disciples. It says that a great scholar and saint who elegantly combines his specialized teaching, training and experience in both modern conventional medical science and traditional systems of medicine to provide his patients with an optimal and holistic medical care that constantly produces astounding results. This is factual reference, and this is with which we will just go on. But we have, from our understanding, we have created a small, we have prepared some small memento for Swamiji for his outstanding, very inspiring, encouraging knowledge on all Indian Shastras. So he is above all these things, we are sure, but formality and our happiness, we are presenting a title of Bharatiya Shastra Visharad to Swami Nirmalananda. The Ayurvedic Pharmacy Coimbatore Limited confers upon Swami Nirmalananda Maharaj this title, and for that I invite Managing Director Dr. Nidhanam and Medical Director Dr. Giri to the stage. It says, on 23rd September 2013 at AVP Center for Advanced Learning, Patanjali, Coimbatore, for his intellectual mastery over all Indian knowledge systems and his inspiring efforts to use them as Akshara and Aushadha for the benefit of the mankind. Thank you, Swamiji, for accepting our humble pranam. Now, I invite Swamiji to for this discourse.
परमानन्दमुपदेष्टारमीश्वरं यामकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं भजम्यं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भं शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां बोधानन्तं च कल्याणं लानन्तमात्मजं सच्चिदानन्तमात्मजं अच्युतानन्तगुरुं Other Amrdatma. I am very much pleased and astonished to see this institution as well as its disciplines in many branches. Moreover, I astonished to hear Ayurveda from the mouths of the students who came from abroad. How much pain they took, how much pain the teachers took to reach such a realm. At the same time, I hope the knowledge of India in the coming decades or coming centenaries may start from foreign universities to teach the students of this country. I think that much work is done by the founder as well as the disciples of this institution. And it is customary to say some words of blessings from the rishis of olden days to the person behind all these tasks. Say one and only one, Sri Krishna Kumar. And now it is my duty to deliver a lecture upon Nidhanam. To start with, you all know that Sharirendriya Sattvatma Samyogo Dhari Jividam Nityagascha Anubandhascha Paryair Ayuruchyate. Ayurveda deals with healthy as well as diseased. Those are the two branches of Ayurveda. So much so that you should remember that Ayurveda is not at all dealing with inertia or inert things. Keep it in mind that all the things of this universe, according to Charaga, is living things. We can divide the entire world into two parts. One Sentriya and the other Anintriya. Not like life and lifeless. Or in other words, Chit Jada, Chedana as well as Achedana. So much so that Ayurveda give most importance to physiology than anatomy. That's why in modern times, students of Ayurveda as well as teachers of Ayurveda as well as the practitioners of Ayurveda are in many doubts. According to the modern syllabus, importance is given to anatomy than physiology, I think. Am I right?
Yes.
When that life force, when the devatas of all indriyas, when the devatas of all dhatus, totally the life force itself is freed from the body. It is another thing with life. It has nothing to do with disease and treatment. So that was the thought of age-old Ayurvedic students as well as the teachers. So they give importance to physiology. When the life force is there. So much so that they considered importance to mental faculties as well as body. To say the Creator is within as Mahatattva, Ahankara and Prakriti. In so many books of the East, particularly Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, slokas 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Prakriti is interpreted in a particular way according to Samanya as well as Vishesha. Charaga, in many places you can see the same thing also. It is very important to cite that importance is given to mind, intelligence, chitta. There I can't how the correct English word, that's why I used chitta there. Mana, chitta, buddhi, ahankara. Because I am away from other languages for the past 25 or 30 years. I am always in company with the people of Kerala, particularly people from villages. This is the first time, perhaps, for the past 20 to 25 years, I am delivering a lecture in a foreign language. Previously, I studied in so many texts in that language as well as in Hindi. So, please pardon me wherever there is the lack of correct connotations. Even then, you people are from so many different parts of this country as well as outside. It will not be fair to talk in my own mother tongue. I am very much related to my mother as well as my mother tongue. So, pardon me in delivering this lecture, even though some connotations are different or some are not apt. I think I can continue. Now we can go through the subject. Siddhantanamaya parikshagair bahuvidham parikshido hedubhi sadhayitva stapyade nirnayaha iti. This is the words of Charaga in Vimanasthana, sloka 5, I think. Aptagamastavat vedo yaschanyo avi kaschit vedardhad aviparita parikshagai pranita shishtanumado loganugraha pravartaha Shastravadaha iti. Again Charaka, Vimanasthanam, 11th sloka. Siddhanta is defined by Charaka. What is Siddhanta? Pure knowledge. As far as Indian knowledge is concerned, it is divided into two from very old days. I think now only modern science divided them into two, pure as well as applied. So what is pure science? What is applied science? According to Charaka, Siddhanta as the theories that are established by various methods, experimentation and found to be authentic and beneficial to all beings of this universe. Still the words of Apta, that is final. The words of age-old rishis. According to them, knowledge is abstract. It is not at all relative. Knowledge is different from actual knowledge is different from that which comes from the knowledge. But as far as we are concerned, the owner of that knowledge is the person who possessed it, and we are under the impression that honoring him, we are honoring the knowledge. But this is away from the attitudes of olden days. Always, the age-old rishis considered the knowledge as separate, as free from all biasness, including humane, and they considered it as the point to embrace by all. So much so that they considered that knowledge is final, that can be attained by tapas, attained by Shruti, from the dictums of Vedas. So much so that we can say Vaidya means who attained that knowledge. The knowledge of all. And the knowledge of all in one specific Atma. That's why he explained Siddhanta like this. If that knowledge is good, what is the benefit of that knowledge? For each and every knowledge, the teacher, the taught, the relationship between the taught and the teacher, and the subject behind the teachings, as well as the benefit of that teaching. Benefit is very important. Prayojanam anuddisya mantopi na pravartate. What is the benefit of this knowledge? The beginning we said two parts. One, save the healthy as well as to treat the diseased. Swastasya swasthya rakshanam adurasya vikara shamana. Chaita. So, the benefit of this study is to provide positive health to the healthy as well as give remedies to the deceased. So, Charaka, without doubt, telling us the benefit of the study in apt words. And he is explaining it in a particular way without tampering the flow of that knowledge. Hetur linga aushadha jnanam swastadura parayanam trisutram shashwadam punyam bubudheyam vidamaha. That succession of knowledge. It is not new. It is not found by himself. According to the knowledge of India is concerned, as far as any knowledge, any branch of knowledge, there is a succession, there is a chain. If the chain is broken, we cannot attain the right knowledge. We may go here and there, and so many opinions, so many vasanas of knowledge that may create confusion as well as confrontation in many ways. If such a knowledge is used to treat others, that will do harm to the person concerned. The teacher as well as the taught. So, the science of Ayush is broadly based on the principles obtained in succession from Brahma, the creator of this universe. So, in olden days itself, there is a right understanding about the etiology, symptomatology, and therapeutics. So, that is the succession. To say the succession of that knowledge in pure as well as applied ways, in a right way, for that only he is telling us the succession. Not to give importance to the persons came in the way to teach. Because Vidya came to the Brahmana and told him, Vidya Brahmana Majagama Sevadhishtesmi Rakshamam Asuyakaya Mam Mada Tatha Viryavatama. You might have heard of this verse. No? In Shruti it is said like that. In Smriti also it is said in another verse. Vidya Brahmanam Etyaha Sevadhishtesmi Rakshamam Asuyakaya Mam Mada Tatha Viryavatama. Vidya is considered as a devata, and she came to the teacher and asked him, see, I am the wealth of yourself. Shevuthi, Nithi. In Malayalam also it is Nithi. In Tamil I am not. What is the word of Nithi? Treasure. Treasure in Hindi, in English. Nithi? Hindi Nithi. Then in Tamil? Also Nithi. So Shevuthi. I am the Shevuthi, Nithi, treasure of yourself. Nobody is ready to give the treasure to a person who is not at all aware of the value of that. So give your treasure, give your Nithi to a person who is fully aware of the value of that and how it can be developed. So Vidya came to him and asked, Asuyakaya Mamada. You should not give me to the persons who are jealous. Anasuyave. But in nowadays, the practitioners of medicine, whoever he is or she is, whether he belongs to modern medicine or Ayurveda or homeopathy or any branch of knowledge, he himself is jealous of even his successors. Am I right? So that is what the entire patents, entire business of medicine is concerned. So Shruti herself said not to give this knowledge to the persons who are jealousy of others. Give it to any person who is fond of it as well as who can develop it to such heights, such alien heights, divine heights. Asuyakaya Mam Mada Da Viryavattama. Those who develop me to such heights, you give me to them, because it is your own treasure. That's why Vedics of modern days, even if you are going to them to study, after studying this, you are criticizing it here and there. You are not using it in a proper manner. The Sampradaics, the age-old Parampara, should not give their knowledge to such persons. They have the soft corner of that knowledge. If a student is in touch with such persons from that succession, through words, through look, you will get it. So such a knowledge developed in our country, and we are all blessed by that. If we are ready to accept that, definitely we can go to all the ladder of our own life. Rogamadavu parikshedadu anantaram aushadham tada karma bhishak paschat jnana purvam samacharet. In the previous sloka, the principles etiology, then symptomatology, therapeutics. Hetu, linga, aushadha, jnana. First hetu, that means the cause of disease. What are the cause? In this study, we should have a clear knowledge about the cause of disease. Nowadays, because of the modern medicine, the study of anatomy, the study of medicines, particularly patented medicines, there is a lack of knowledge about the cause of disease. Now almost 80% of the Ayurvedic physicians are giving medicines without the knowledge of the cause of disease according to the theory of Ayurveda. Am I right? Yes. Is there any exaggeration?
No.
That's why in 2005 or 6, I think, in the presence of the Chief Minister of Kerala at that time, Mr. A.K. Antony, a divine person with medical colleges in modern branch as well as in Ayurveda, stood up and said, there is no diagnosis at all in Ayurveda. If your government is allowing us to make a branch to help the Ayurvedic students to get a minimum knowledge of diagnosis, we will start a scientific research. No one from Ayurveda from Kerala that is very prominent in Kerala. Am I right? Tell a single word against or about these findings. Because people of Ayurveda even are under the impression that our age-old rishis took some herbs, took some grass and gave it to the public, and some of them got the result, and collecting the statistics of such herbs, they wrote books upon that, and that is what Ayurveda is. It is not at all a science. This is the impression of Indian people, while even foreigners are studying it in another way. So the cause of disease is very important. More than that, even in modern medicine, there is lack of study in the root cause of each and every disease. There is only one way in that treatment, that is Vyadhi Viparita. That is not at all a scientific study in touch with the cause of disease. But all the media, all the learned people of modern times, the rulers of modern times, give help to develop it only because the treatment, particularly the medicines, are under petroleum ministry. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? It is not under Ministry of Medicine. It is not under Ministry of Health. You are not aware. Be aware of it and study more. That is not our subject, even then I am telling you that. Moreover, our beloved father of nation, Gandhiji, struck a blow over the chest of Ayurveda by telling that it is dead. In Harijan paper, once some persons from abroad came to Gandhi and asked why you are taking modern medicine for pressure, for BP. Even though you are telling so many things about Indianization, why you are against Indian medicine? He said, the theory of Tridoshas are humbug. You might have heard that. He himself said, this theory of Tridosha, Vada Vitta Kapha, is humbug. It is unscientific. Modern medicine is developing like anything. It has life. That also became a reason. At this juncture, you people are studying Nidhana in particular in this course, I think so. So be aware of that. Ayurveda is vehemently giving importance to the cause of disease. And secondly, symptomatology, study of symptoms of health as well as symptoms of disease. Symptoms mentally as well as physically. Symptoms in connection with food. Symptoms in connection with medicines given. There is a part known as Upashaya and Upashaya. You people are aware of that. That we can see later on. So Ayurveda deals with the symptoms in detail. Not only the symptoms of the deceased, what are the symptoms of the persons near and dear to the deceased? What are the symptoms we can study when we are very near to the deceased as far as the doctor is concerned? That means the body, mind and intelligence. We have to observe the body of the deceased, the mind of the deceased, the intelligence of the deceased, particularly the Devadas. Devada means the intelligence of particular parts of the body, that is known as Devada Vijnana. There is an intelligence for your finger. If the finger is not moving, if the finger is moving differently than normal level, then what is the relation between your life force, that is the main Devada, as well as the intelligence of that finger? So that's why in Ayurveda as well as in olden knowledge, they considered words and mind coming together as the second Atma of human beings. It's a saying like that. Your main Atma and the circumstances, the world you are making. First of all, each human being makes a world by his vasanas, his mind, as well as what he heard from outside. Generally it is called Artha. Bahya Artha. Artha means Vishaya. Shinya Banthane. Vishinwanti Vishayinam Anubadhananti Sena Rupena Nirupaniyam Kurvanti Iti Vishayaha according to Vachaspati Misra. Whenever you are taken from your internal happiness to the external seen things of this world, there is a relation between the seen as well as the seer. According to that relation, a world is aroused. After when you made the world by yourself, you are getting into that. That's how you are making health as well as disease. So to see all the symptoms, how you made your world of disease, how you made your world of health, by using your prajna in perfect happiness for health and your prajna in aparadha for disease. So, the symptoms of disease as well as therapeutics, say, an administration of cure. For that, there are a number of ways. Deva Chikilsa, Manushi Chikilsa, Asuri Chikilsa, etc. and etc. That is what collected from minerals, metals, etc. used for cure is Devi. That is what you collected from herbs and other things. That is also the metals and minerals. But those can be easily digestible as far as the human beings are concerned. The iron from bitter gourd, there is no side effect for that. If you are collecting the bhasma of iron, if some impurities are there, there may have certain difficulties. Even then, bhasma collecting from very bad companies of India are better than the iron tablets you are eating. By using magnets, you can test it. Whether you tested it or not, I am not sure. So, Manuji is better. Then again Asuri. These are the therapeutics methods that also included. A practitioner Rogamadau Parikshe Ado Anantara Mausatham Tada Karma Vishak Paschat Jnana Purvam Samacharet. Charegam Sutrasthanam 20. So the practitioner has to diagnose the disease by examination and then choose the appropriate medicine for treatment. Based on the previous knowledge he has gained by study as well as practice. So that system is very clearly given by Charaga himself. That you can see in Ashtanga Hridayam also. In another words. At the same time, the very important fact is that there are 5 divisions for the course. Nidhanam. Nidhana Panchakam. Nidhanam Purva Rupani Upashayastatha Sampraptischedi Vijnanam Rogana Panchatha Smrtam. In Ashtanga Hridaya. For treatment of disease, knowledge of the cause of disease is very essential. 5 factors together finish the Nidhanam diagnosis. There are 5 factors for that. Those factors are not channels of disease or channels of diagnosis. People are under the impression, you also may be under the impression that they are channels of diagnosis. No. Because certain eminent Ayurveda acharyas of modern times, because of their knowledge with modern medicine, they are under the impression that those were channels of diagnosis. As far as North India is concerned, as well as South India is concerned, particularly South India. There the study of Ayurveda changed from olden days to modern times. They considered it as the channels of diagnosis. But the factors are factors of diagnosis. According to Susruta, there are 6 channels of diagnosis that you know. The study of the sense organs as well as interrogation. That is the 6 channels of diagnosis. But these are not channels of diagnosis, factors of diagnosis. That should be remembered, correctly remembered. Then only you can proceed with the deceased. Nidhanam, the cause. Purva Rupam, premonitory symptoms. These words are from dictionary only, so that may cause some doubts. At that time you can ask, I can explain. So premonitory symptoms, Arupam, characteristic symptoms, Upashayam, food, medicine, and diagnostic tests. You can call it diagnostics tests. As far as an Ayurveda practitioner is concerned, if he is not well versed, or if he has some doubt about the Kriya Kala, how he can practice with that deceased. A patient came to a doctor. There is a doubt about his disease. In certain cases, he took so many medicines so that his channels, srotas, there may have so many changes in his channels. There may have so many changes in ama. There may have so many differences in Agni. In such cases, the doctor may give certain particular medicines, considering the speciality of that nature. In such cases, he may give certain special foods. If it is acting negatively from that, he can come to a conclusion. If it is acting positively, then again he can come to a conclusion. So there are so many therapeutic tests. In modern medicine also there are so many therapeutic tests. So many physical tests. Because they are considering symptoms in 3 ways. Cardinal symptoms, objective symptoms, subjective symptoms. According to their methods, subjective symptoms. Second, objective symptoms. Well, nowadays, they are depending upon, no, they are depending upon, that means cardinal symptoms. They are depending upon cardinal symptoms. Whenever you are going to them, they will write, go and take an X-ray. Go and take a scanning. Scanning means sound, X-ray, magnetic or positron. If you are going for taking a scanning by ultrasonics, that sound will change the entire space within you, because sound itself is the quality of Akasha. Am I right? So it is just like the food, just like the medicine. Before knowing the disease, that sound itself makes so many changes within your body. If the doctor is depending upon the changes, and if he is considering that as the disease, that will do harm. So studying the cardinal symptoms by using ultrasound, he or she should know how that sound changed or corrected the system in this particular present way. That knowledge is important. That particular doctor is not at all considering that diagnosis, that cardinal symptom way as a channel. Likewise. Next, if he is using CT, there again X-rays are using. When a ray is very subtle ray is going through your body, how it can be affected to the tissues. Say your rasa, rekta, mamsa, meda, asti, majja and shukra. After when that ray passed through your body, that affected your marrow, and due to that, after all the treatment, you came out successfully with life, but you became progenyless. In such cases, the doctor should be aware of each and every factor, even though he is modern or old. So it is also considered very particular. Then comes the magnetic resonance image. Then again, PET, positron emission technique. It is the most harmful thing, I think, because their nuclear fission is going on. Within the nucleus only positron is there. So in modern also you can see the same things in certain other level. So the characteristic symptoms, upashaya, food, medicine and diagnostic tests. Samprapti, that is very important. That is the most important part, I think. According to that, only we can go ahead with the treatment. So an Ayurvedic student should be aware of samprapti. That is very important. Samprapti means mode of manifestation of that disease. How that disease is manifested. Or you can call it by another name, I think, pathogenesis. You can call it by that name also, I think. Pathogenesis is the single word for that. There is a slight difference between these English words and the original Sanskrit words. We cannot translate the words with full detail to any other language. That's why our scientific texts were written in Sanskrit only. Even though there are a number of languages in olden days, our old rishis considered Sanskrit as the scientific language. So we have to study it in detail. First we can go through Nidhanam a little. Nidhanam. Nirdishyade vyadhiranena iti Nidhanam. It is according to Gadadhar. Gadadhar. The etymology is like this. Nirdishyate vyadhiranena iti Nidhanam. If you are writing, then write it in detail as well as with the correct spellings. So you can ask. Nischitya diyate pradipadyate aneneti Nidhanam. According to Jajjada. All the Jajjada is under the impression in Madhu Kosham. I think you can collect the text from library. So in Madhu Kosha, the etymology for Nidhanam is written like this. Nischitya diyate pradipadyate pradipadyader anena iti. Pradipadyadehe anena pradipadyader anena. Pradipadyader anena iti Nidhanam. Jajadaha Madhu Kosha. Samchevadaha Kriya Yogo Nidhana Parivarjanam, according to Susunda. According to Susunda, Samchevadaha Kriya Yogo Nidhana Parivarjanam. Susunda Muttara Tantra. Chapter 1, Sloka 25. Knowledge of the cause of the disease is necessary, since in any treatment, a removal of the cause of disease. That's what it is written here in Sanskrit. The removal of the cause is the treatment itself. If the cause of the disease is not known, it is difficult to remove the cause. In this particular yuga, in Kali Yuga, that is what going on each and every treatment of disease. In any hospital, in the case of any disease, without knowing the true cause of disease, treatment is started. Because we are giving importance to treatment only. Governments are giving importance to treatment. Media is giving importance to treatment. The diseased are also craving for treatment, not for studying the cause of disease. Even though the name is patient, they are not patient enough to cooperate with their doctors to get the real knowledge of the cause of disease. Internationally, the diseased are patientless. Wherever you are seeing a queue of the diseased, if you can get the thorough knowledge of the cause by simple look, then only you can treat them. If you are taking time to diagnose the disease, suddenly the relatives will call them and they will go to another hospital. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
They will say, see, this creature is doing so many things. They are not considering this man is diseased, this girl is diseased. There is no empathy, no sympathy for the diseased. He is testing with life. We cannot forgive him. We have to go to some others. If they are coming to a qualified, registered practitioner, the relatives and the deceased will say, see, he has no knowledge about this. We have to go to a Paramparya doctor. Am I right? And if he is going to a Paramparya doctor, then again he will say, or she will say, we can go to a Adivasi doctor. He is not well versed. In that way, there are so many differences of opinion between the people, as well as the media, as well as the government, as well as the doctors concerned. Whether you can treat the patient by considering the cause of disease. Anybody can treat, but the cause is important. Just like people are treating cancer even by giving papaya leaf, by giving mullan jackfruit. In that way, so many persons are treating. Whether these persons are aware of the cause of disease, whether they are aware of the premonitory symptoms, whether they are aware of the samprapti. That's the question. That we have to ask by ourselves so many times. Then you will get the answer. Ask yourself, sitting calmly, after studying the subject, ask yourself, am I aware of this disease? Even Ayurvedic persons are telling this is SLE. Whether that is depicted in Ayurvedic texts as SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. People may be astonished. People may believe by telling the technical terms. Are we aware of those technical terms? Are we aware of that immunity disorder? Are we aware of the connective tissues? Are we aware of ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, etc. and etc.? That is the question you should ask within yourself. After getting the correct answer from the rishis, who were in words, residing within yourself, residing within your intelligence. And if you are getting the answer from your own Ajna Chakra, from your Guru, then vehemently you can say, I am aware. If after that only you are giving a medicine, because of your mind, because of the knowledge from the parampara, that medicine becomes ambrosia, amrut. Exact ആണോ എന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല അവിടെ. Because of the prabhava. For each and every medicine, a hidden prabhava is there. You can use it. For that, you should become the savior of life. By getting the correct knowledge of diagnosis in that particular way. So, where the knowledge of the disease without premonitory symptoms, knowledge of the cause is necessary to know the disease in better manner. Increase and decrease of cause makes the disease more or less potent. According to the potency of the cause, we can decide the treatment. For that, we have to study the Nidhana, Bheda, difference in cause, or types of causes. Age-old disease divided Nidhana in so many ways. For our practical knowledge, we can take very little, very little. Nidhana has been classified in various fashion, external and concomitant. Nimitta Nidhana, Bahya Nidhana. They produce Vaishamya and Dhatu Vaishamya in balance of constitution as well as elements, which further leads to diseases or even result in the direct manifestation of the disease. So, Bahya Karana, Antara Karana, etc. and etc. Actually, the cause is due to the difference in doshas. According to Charaka, it cannot be from within. He is very particular, particularly in Atreya Bhadra Kapya. You may remember the chapter. Varyovida, Bhadragapya, Vichuratreya, etc. and etc. came together in a Parishad where they all placed so many studies according to their whims and fancies. At last, the president Vichuratreya said, it is ahara. Ahriyanta ityahara. You take the correct notation as ahriyanta ityahara. You should not consider it as what we eat only. That also is ahara. Ahriyanta ityahara. Such connotations you can study only from the parampara. Ahriyanta ityahara. That means Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Five senses. Simply seeing a dance. The hormones, particularly the dactylous hormones, can be changed. pituitary, adrenal, thyroid, prostate, all such hormones can be changed by simply seeing a dance, simply hearing a song. So that's also ahara, which is bahya, external, and when you came in contact with that, that changed your hormones, your dhatus, tissues. Due to that, dushya, vaishamya, from that it changed your doshas, fundamentals of your life. So in such cases, ahara, which is bahya, then rakshasas, pisachas, bhudas, there are a number of microbials or microbes. Their amino acids, Ayurveda grouped them into agantuka vikara. Due to that, falling from a tree, biting by a serpent bite, or a car accident. Due to all these things, dosha vaishamya may occur. So that is also bahya. According to him, many causes are bahya. So for health, according to Ayurveda, you have to learn or you have a minimum knowledge by which you can save your soul and body from bahya causes. From understand that treatment process only. So how to eat? Eat from our body. All considered. Pictured in so with dinacharya, etc. That is, if we are going after, time is not enough. Bahya karana produce and dhatu vaishamya, balance of and elements, which diseases result in the direct manifestation. Another thing is based on the cause being disease. Ayana, etc. as and balyam, vanam, vardhakyam, internal column. So can also be considered. Type. Particular is dharma, if another is there. Because of the universal mind becomes, and due to that, Janavada Dhamsana, it's depicted in detail. It is because of time. Because time, air is big. Or in other words, now that even that's why telling to his son is in for there is also a, this can be ways I told you division Krishna, Vipra, Vichari. So, attend scholars of adjacent. Vipra Krishna and Puri. These are also the division. The course even, that stage even. Improper, untimed, in immediate disease, that is an illustration. If you proper food, if you are taking in, that is the immediate cause. So many liver disease. Taking same alcohol, Himalayas. That's why Western people, even ladies, they are not got affected. Seeing that if an Indian bite in tropical bites, that is tropical, if he that will affect. Krishna cause. Disease is not in such things, it got acute is the starting point. And according to the time comes, it will cause the outcome of cancer is because of this Krishna Nidhanam. But service got the virus known as after in because of the amino acid got Sanchaya clear to a point where so if the core disease is weak and the immunity strong, then to manifest the disease. Yes, germs are entering many patients in HIV, but the disease is not. In the case of manifested, the CD4, CD8, etc. of the doshas with Rajekshma, etc. blood and other things. Though they are indulging sexually, they are not affected. Husbands are not affected. There are so many cases not manifested because of immunity. So the immune vyadhi, pratibandhaka vyadhi, adapt resistance power and adaptation. This is not manifested. According to Chakravarti, who explained. So remember that whenever we are giving this to a particular patient, remember this dictum. Only away, not be taken away from positive. The cause here is strong cause. It is very strong. It could affect in Dushya, more Vishya, in results in Prakopa. For example, in snake bite immediately. That's why a doctor beforehand knowledge about the snake bite, about the person with vitiated. In olden days, they like that. I told the attendant to make kanji. A person, for a person to be aware of it. Take all the ingredient, urine, etc. At 9 o'clock, will come. Not sleep. Be awake. Number of stories are almost all. Am I right? No. You might have heard of the Tantra in waiting for the patient. Came person came with is affected or carcinoma. Tantra in detail, the symptoms from there are alike for the, give a medicine that astonishing results. Because the medicines are so in bite and other bites. The theme of the doctor is very should act. She should act to spare. Doshas are vitiated movement of the visha. Another classification goes based on the relation. Asalmi yoga prajna parinama veda. Trivid asalmitha samyoga varatha parinama. Salmya, if a person acts according to the succession, chance of disease. Now diseases are eating according to customs. We, the teachers of the doctor, very and simple. The coming generation deeds to salmya is very important. Asalmendriya, the indriya, the worldly objects. There is our life. That is very important. And Atma. Between almost all the Puranas of all of them, dialectics means unity. Pariyam. There is a words and words. The dialectics between nowadays, if as a human being. It is that. If you a lady of the same age, biological age, 10 years between them, aged.
Yes.
But you are biological age. So after 2 or 3 days, his brain, this is your mother. So much so that the relation is tampered. In need of a person 8 or 9 years old to give actions. At the same time, he is in a lady who is satisfied. So much in the polarization may occur. So many diseases will come. So in olden days, my father, parents, a person who is 10 years old, it's okay. What is the sociology, economic, but mental cause of that? Knowing all these things, we are living. We are teaching. Yeah. We are much early. So much money for stall hearing, the concluding.
Yes, continue.
Continue.
Interesting, sir. Interesting.
Course, so many things to study. Once again, if you are, I can come.
Sir, food is not important.
That's important. If I am seeing the timetable, so 10 days, I am free.
Yes.
If not, a lecture note. typed. I will എന്നൊന്ന് help ചെയ്യാം. ഞാൻ എഴുതിയതുപോലെ ഞാൻ എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നത് ടൈപ്ഡ് ആണെങ്കിലും അത് അപ്പം എന്നോട് താൻ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പം ഞാൻ I will come because I am so much happy because years for without name all the political times or behind such things the process should he did so many things his age I heard so many good things a little bad things with persons who are nearer and dearer to went out with satisfaction juncture to pay some homage some good words is helpful to because you can annex future be a good example study the scripture the dictums of Ayurveda. Just an iota of doubt when you are giving the medicine, the direction who are vicinity. To the realms of after experiencing it, Sampramadaha, Swadhana Bhyamna of the study. Personally you study. At the same time, teaching the subject, it closer to your, by that, make your emotions, make your feelings, directions of Ayurveda. And this to the whatever I told, which are not with are only any harsh word, any beat, be it unto whatever helpful for your future, helpful. Those are all my father, mother, my guru of gurus. Another travel their blessings. Anything you heard good comes to them and them only. Prostrate unto them.
I stand here realizing the meaning of the word we commonly use in Malayalam, Paramasangada, because it's very difficult to conclude a session like that of Swamiji. Second is that we did a mistake that we tried to limit the infinite in 2 hours of time. But second thing is that we were actually highly convinced that all the participants, organizers will be happy with the session. But the joy is more because Swamiji said that he is very much happy with the students. And he voluntarily agreed to come again during the course of the thing. So thank you, Swamiji, for pranams. When we were planning the session on Nidhanam, foundational principles, we had a lot of talks on philosophy. But this time we were actually shifting from philosophy to practice basically, but we never wanted to miss the thread. So Krishnamurti had no doubt that the first session should be by Swamiji, because there is only one person who can be rooted in spirituality, speaks the applied aspects of Ayurveda, and a person who understands the range of allopathic medicine. See, complete Indian knowledge system in a language that everyone understands. So there is only one Swami Nirmalananda Maharaj, and we are fortunate that we have with him today as the keynote address blessing discourse. And on behalf of Ayurveda Pharmacy, the organizers of Tatu Prakashni, we offer him a small dakshina.
Most revered Swamiji, humble gratitude to you for the kind words that you mentioned. Friends, it was 2 years ago that I happened to be at a function where they told me Swamiji is speaking next. I went and sat among the audience, and next to me was one of the most leading, oldest cardiologist of that city. Swamiji, first thing he said, I can't speak through a mic, he removed the mic, his voice is so powerful. There's a huge audience and mainly women folk. Swamiji tried to tell you that he is not good in English. That's a humble way of putting it, because the English which he would have spoken, I'm sure many of us would not have understood. That's a English command that he has, so he was trying to dilute his language. But there it was in Malayalam, it was like a tsunami. The speed at which he conveyed and the questions that he asked to the cardiologist, based on his knowledge of modern research, based on some of the latest researchers in the US, poor cardiologist could not answer a single word, and he agreed, yes, Swamiji, there's nothing that we have in modern medicine. Then he tried to make the women folk understand how they play a major role in maintaining the health of the society in the family. And you're asking each of them, do you know this? Do you know this? Some of them said, we have seen it as advertisement in television. Swami said, that is a state or fate that we are reached, that we have to learn all this only through such advertisements and on television. Through the language which Swamiji said he doesn't know, instead of making you realize more or make you more aware of more things, he made you aware how little or how nothing we all of us know, isn't it? Each thing he said was something new. And at the end of the whole thing, Swami is so punctual there, he didn't even have a watch, or I don't think he carried a watch. He started at 2 and there we didn't have a clock. Exactly at 4 he said, I think I'm 1 minute late, and exactly it was just half a minute past his 2 hours. That is the punctuality without even being conscious. This is how they master their body mind. Now, some of you said, Swamiji, can you continue for some more time? Now, these great masters are not just speakers or teachers, and they cannot limit their knowledge system. They are gurus who are an encyclopedia of not Ayurveda alone. Talk to them of anything. And that's why I've always been keen right from 70s. When we started the college, during the holidays I used to insist that every student who goes on a holiday for Onam or Vishu cannot be roaming around with parents in celebrations and festivals, but find a guru of your local village. Go serve them at least for a few days. And to draw the best, what he gave us were very, very casual things, the greater messages they have. And if you want to learn all that he mentioned, one lifetime is not going to be enough. So what's the use of another 2 hours being spoken by Swamiji? Or how many hour notes he's going to send, it's not going to be enough, or you'll have to read it for the next 10 days. That's why in the morning I said, catch all the feet of these masters. Our own student Vishnu is Swamiji's disciple. And when I went to his clinic years ago, I found the number of youngsters, modern medical doctors, Ayurvedists, who sits and writes prescriptions. He just commands like this. He spends time with each patient the way he exactly described. So, my humble request to all of you is, as we mentioned, requested yesterday, just don't limit your degrees. Go after such masters. Olden days, when Vaidyas finished their education, there's a temple of Dhanvantri in Kerala called the Nilvai temple. Those great masters used to go and do bhajanam, we say, tapas for 12 years. You may think 12 years how much of money we could have made. The wrong way. Because you consult and give the medicine and most probably the patient may not come back because he doesn't live after that. But 12 years you can do tapas at the feet of such great masters in great shrines, come back and you touch the patient and he gets healed. And a subject like this is not something which they can teach you across the table. What you need is to listen to them, serve them. Swamiji in his words made you understand how little you have learned so far. If you spend more time with them, you will really get insulted because they would treat you mainly your ego. Remove it and then you can become great masters. And after that, he just have to keep his hand on your head. And like modern tape recorders, there's an empty tape and another full tape. Just put a switch, it gets transferred. These masters can transfer the entire knowledge to you. And they are looking out for disciples. Even early in the morning when Swamiji came, so difficult to get disciples and good students who like to take over all this. In Kerala alone, there are 12 great mutts of great rishis parampara, who now doesn't have next talamura or next generation who could take over those ashrams. I would definitely welcome many of you would like to come and take over. There's an ashram, there was a Swamiji from Danjo who had 1,000 acres in Naryam. He had a huge temple in Sri Lanka. He was hunting and somehow he came to know that I was a bachelor. He came and said, please take over. I can hand over only to a brahmachari. But the humble request is please take to sannyas, which I was not prepared at that time because I had a greater mission. All these institutions of knowledge are getting lost. And one more additional responsibility to all of you is to become such masters, and through the blessings of this, they desire that the disciple should be greater than the master. This great country's heritage has to be saved, and the whole world is prepared to follow you. Like you are prepared to follow Swamiji like this. I'm very happy some of you felt that it's 1.5 hours, 2 hours, it's boring and you should stop and go for lunch, but even prepared to give up lunch. Swamiji, thank you so much for blessing them more than through your words. Your being here is the greatest blessing. Pranams to you. Namaskaram. Thank you.
Swamiji, we have a custom over here of giving the students a chance to speak out the views of the session. Normal custom is taking a draw and it would be a random person, but today we are just diverting from that custom. It's an open invitation for all of you that anyone can volunteer and just say the synopsis of Swamiji's session.
By the name and call, nobody will volunteer or follow. Yeah, say Dr. Rakesh Narayan from National Institute of Ayurveda, Rajasthan.
Dr. Rakesh Narayan from Rajasthan Ayurveda Institute.
First of all, when we sit in front of such masters, the first thing we come to know is that we don't know anything, and also to say a synopsis of such a talk is very difficult. But I am attempting it because I want to show that we will follow your path. We will try to follow it. What I understood from what Swamiji said is that you can be a revolutionary and a saint at the same time. You have to revolutionize, you have to gain your knowledge and then change the world. And in order to change the world, you must be self-prepared first. You must attain the knowledge somehow and then go out to the world, know the world and then change the world. This is what I understood from what Swamiji said. Thank you.
This is what I mean by volunteer, and you can come and say such a wonderful opinion. Thank you, Rakesh, for your wonderful synopsis. So we all formally announce that this session closes at this hour, but our next session won't be a delay. It is starting at the same time at 1:30. The Charaka Nidhanam Panchamahabhutik aspect from Dr. Prashant Surupuri. So we formally conclude this session now.